This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV. We're here at the SMM 2018 in Hamburg, Germany, and we're very pleased to welcome Adrian Schindler of Marlink. And Adrian, first and foremost, thanks for stopping by.
Okay, thanks a lot. I'm Adrian Schindler, working for Marlink as Innovation Product Manager and currently working on all the cybersecurity solutions that we offer.
You sit at an interesting juncture in the maritime industry right now, because I find that most of my conversations revolve around the digitalization of the industry, which of course is led by the connectivity. So just to start, can you, from your perspective, how do you see this digitalization trend evolving in the marine industry now?
Digitalization has been a hot topic for the last years already, but I think now it's really starting to happen with equipment being accessed remotely, remote maintenance, optimization of fuel efficiency. All these services are now really starting to happen, and we're quite excited about that. In fact, Marlink's also having some initiatives in that respect. However, cybersecurity is really the enabler for this to happen, because no shipping operator should start connecting equipment and, quite critical equipment on board to the internet if the network isn't properly secured. And that's where Marlink, as a telecom operator, has really a role to play.
Looking at the cybersecurity threat today, obviously you read the general news, you read the trade press, and there probably isn't a day goes by that you haven't found of some cybersecurity hack, and quite frankly, you probably don't hear about a lot of them. Can you put in perspective for me, just in general, the evolution of the cybersecurity threat?
Okay, I think the way it changed in the last 10 years or so is that it used to be kind of hackers which did it as almost as a kind of fun, to kind of prove that they can break into systems, but not necessarily have an agenda. It was just to prove that you can break into systems because it's insecure. However, it's becoming more and more professionalized in a way. And I think some incidents have shown that, like the Rotterdam port attack. I'm not sure if you heard about that one in 2014, I think it happened, where hackers were able to break into the Rotterdam's port systems and change cargo manifests. So that's a very sophisticated attack, which went undetected for a very long time. And that shows the sophistication that those cyber attackers now have. And sometimes they're connected to, I would almost say, traditional organized crime, like mafias, because in the Rotterdam case, the objective was to retrieve contraband drugs and arms hidden amongst other cargo. So that's actually showing how sophisticated this industry has become. And so I would say in the maritime industry, now speaking of networks on vessels, it's a bit the same. It used to be the standard viruses, malware being downloaded from the internet and perhaps being installed by crew members who made a mistake or were a bit careless. But more and more, it's hard to distinguish even a phishing mail from a real mail, because it looks just like, a legitimate supplier or just like the company's head office. So you got to be very well trained to actually tell a fake phishing email from a real, a phishing email from a legitimate email, to distinguish that and avoid, infecting the network. So I would say it's really become more professional in the last 10 years.
Of course. Well, we understand that Marlink has recently introduced something, recently as in yesterday, I believe, called CyberGuard. Can you explain exactly what CyberGuard is, and more importantly, what it means to your clients, the ship owners?
Okay, yeah, sure. So CyberGuard is our cybersecurity solutions portfolio, and we really like to say it's a portfolio because you don't just need one solution. You really need a coherent approach. And the analogy I always like to make is really protecting a house. So when you protect a house, first of all, you put some protection solutions, like, for example, some locks or some fence around it, or you gotta have a very secure door. That's a protection. In the IT world, that's what your firewalls do, your antivirus, your web filtering, your content filtering. That's what you always do. However, if an attacker has gotten inside the house, and that can always happen for various reasons. It could be that, somehow your lock wasn't as secure as you thought it was, or for maintenance reasons, perhaps you left the door open, or somebody found a way to break, not perhaps through the door, but perhaps through the window or something else. That always happens in a house. Then you got to detect. What's detection in the house? It can be an alarm system, it can be a motion detector. There's various ways, of course, of detecting. In the IT world, it's the same. Once you've done the protection, you also need to detect if despite the best of efforts, somebody has gotten inside. You got to detect, and that's what our cyber detection service, the one we've launched also yesterday. We actually launched 2 services, both the CyberGuard portfolio and cyber detection. Cyber detection really is there to do deep packet inspection, so looking inside network traffic and finding threats in the network traffic is there for. And the third part, that's what also CyberGuard does, is resolve. Once you've tried to protect, but for some reason it went through the protection and you've detected a threat, you got to resolve it. So that's the third part of detect. It's the resolve. And for that, we also offer various tools. For example, we have some automated backup tools on board, which allow you to restore it to a previous state. Or, for example, generally just take control of a PC to see what's happening before deciding on action. So we really have a portfolio doing, it's actually a bit of a circle, because you always protect and then you detect if there's an issue, resolve the issue, but then you got to improve your protection so that the same issue cannot happen again. Good. And then, if something else happens, you get detect again. So really it is a circle that's continuously repeating.
Okay. Well, given the world we live in today, I think you're going to find a bountiful market for it.
You're always going to be on the watch, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Adrian, it's a busy show.
Okay.
I thank you for your time, and I wish you a good SMM.
Okay, thanks a lot. You too.
Okay. This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV.